All right, yo, we here. It's time. Video time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all been? How y'all feeling? Doing good. Y'all wouldn't understand how much effort and time it took for me to even set this up. Because for some reason, my recording software and all of that was bullshit. But we're not gonna worry about that. We just gonna get on with the video. We're gonna start with the picture. I got a Tuskegee Airman shirt. It's just like a black shirt. Destroying this box. Okay, but I got on some Syracuse Dunks. These are just regular Nike sweatpants, track pants, track pants. Yeah, just some simple shit. Yes, I have no socks on because I'm in the house. So we on some simple shit today because fucking the nigga shit. All right, so it's time for part 2 of that also controversial video. The problem with religion, and I'm more focused on just giving y'all a guide or like, but yeah, I'm more of gonna give y'all like a guide on spirituality itself and talk more about spirituality and how it kind of ties into everything and all the other religions. But first, let me light this incense. I feel like this is a good way to get into the topic. The incense I burned was Om, O-M. You know, like when they be like Om, Om. You know when they do that? It basically is supposedly the first sound of the universe. Like when God said, "Let there be light," He actually said Om. Supposedly. I'm not saying that's 100% fact, but I'm just that's what him incense said. Or really just any person in spirituality. Anyways, let's get on with it. I actually this time I have notepad, some bullet points. Yeah, I came prepared today. Cause I feel like last video I kind of like rambled and went from topic to topic without really getting anywhere fully. So I'm just gonna go down these bullet points and explain each thing. I really only have like 3 concepts that I can think of explaining right now. I might think of more as I go because that's kind of the plan. Like I said, it's a conversation channel. I'm just letting the shit flow off the top of my head. But I do have a little bit of a script today. You know, not a script, but just bullet points. Anyways, so let's start with the 7 chakras. And no, I'm not talking about Naruto. No, I'm not talking about that chakra, which even though they were onto something, they were trying to tell y'all something, but y'all weren't listening. But chakra is a real thing. All it is how energy flows through your body. You know? Each part of our body is ruled by each chakra. So like our feet and hands and legs and arms, the root chakra controls those limbs. Legs, arms, feet, hands, you know? So, and it makes sense when you think about it, because like root, think of your legs as like your feet as like rooting in the ground. That's why when you're grounding or you're grounded, you're rooted. Basically, what the root means and what it does, it's just like your overall security, like how you feel about your environment. It's like it's the lowest frequency chakra, like it's red, it's at the bottom. Like you said, like how grounded you are. Like when you're grounded, when you're like here, like when you have all the things that you need and you don't feel like it's like your survival instinct, like if all your survival instincts are met and meet and you're not hungry, you don't feel like you need to be in a different house, like all of these things in order, then more than likely your root chakra is balanced. Like if you feel secure in your environment, if you feel like all your needs are met, like stuff like that. But yeah, that's what the root is about: security, grounding, those type of things. Then you have the next level, which is your sacral, and that is in the genitals. And sacral basically is life force, like in the genitals. Like genitals make people, so it has all the life force energy. Also, it dictates like your emotions, your creativity, your sex drive, of course, in the genitals. And yeah, it's dictated by the color orange. It's represented by the color orange. So like when you wear, and that's another thing, but I'm gonna get into that after I explain right now all the chakras. But yeah, like wearing colors, like have those orange shoes on because I'm trying to tap into my creativity. Then you have the yellow chakra on the next step, which is solar plexus, and that's in your tummy, that's in your stomach, and that pretty much controls your will. Like when you say, oh, I got a gut feeling or got a pit in my stomach because you finna go on stage and talk in front of a whole bunch of people. That's why, because your stomach kind of like your solar plexus controls your will and your go-getter mentality. Like if you are always trying to get it, you always hustling, you always out in the streets, that could mean you have a good solar plexus, but it also could mean you're overly, because that's what it's all about. It's about balance, and you could be under on the scale or over. Like you could be have too much root chakra or have not enough, so if you don't have any motivation, you can't get out the bed, you don't know what you want to do with your life, your solar plexus might need to be in check, So then the next level is the heart chakra, and that's, of course, it's in your heart. There's also other places on the body that these chakras like dictate, like as far as like internal organs, but I'm not getting that deep. I'm just gonna tell you central areas. But the heart chakra, it's kind of self-explanatory. It controls how you feel as far as with love, and that can go for how do you love yourself, how do you love others, how do you love the universe, like that's what all goes into the heart chakra. Like your love, like if you feel like if you have a lot of hatred built up and you're like fuck everybody and you don't have nobody to talk to and you barely can look at yourself in the mirror, you're letting yourself go, you're not taking care of yourself, downing yourself, believing in yourself, your heart chakra is probably low. But you can be, if you're like too overconfident, too lovey-dovey, because like like people can take advantage of you being overly loving and caring and nice. So it's just like you said, you have to find a balance. Then the step above that one is the throat chakra. Self-explanatory. It's in the throat, and it dictates your speaking. Like, how well can you speak your truth? Like, lying. If you lie a lot and feel like you have to hide stuff, your throat chakra is probably like not aligned. It's probably under. If you talk too much and give too much information, then your throat chakra is probably overflowing too much. So you gotta find a balance, or not even just lying. If you just can't speak up for yourself, you ever like want to say something, but it feel like you got like a knot in your throat, like you can't get it out. Yeah, that's what that means. Your throat chakra. Let's see. Then we have the third eye, which is the middle of your head, between Cyclops and shit. Yeah, it's your third eye. It's your pineal gland. Look it up. But that pretty much dictates how you see the world. I love this quote. It's a quote that says, "I have three eyes. Two are for looking, and one is for seeing." Because it's the difference between looking at something and actually seeing. Like, I can tell you, oh, look over there, and you can look over there. But if you don't actually see what I'm telling you to look at, you just gonna be looking at. What am I looking at? Like, no, like, you don't see that tree over there. Like, oh, okay, now I see the tree because you told me to see the tree, but before you just told me to look over there, so I'm just looking aimlessly. That's kind of like the concept, but think of it like in a broader, bigger standpoint. They told you have to go to school for 12 years and then go to school for another 4 years, and that's how you're gonna be successful in life. But somebody with an open third eye, or just somebody who can see through bullshit and think for themselves, can be like, wait, I mean, that's an option, but that's not the end all be all. That's not the only thing I can do. So it's like stuff like that. Like, you just really getting full understanding and seeing what it is that's in front of you. Like, when your third eye is aligned, when it's good, your intuition is good. Like, it means that you can see through BS. Like, oh, your friends want to go to this party, but something, and it goes back to your stomach too, because all your chakras work together simultaneously. So you feel that pit in your stomach, and then in your head you think, oh, like, you feel that pit in your stomach, and then in your head you think, oh, that means I probably shouldn't go to this party. Something probably gonna happen. I'm not gonna have fun. So yeah. Then the top chakra of all that, which is honestly, I think it's like 32 different chakras, but it's 7 main ones, but it's a lot of different chakras. But I'm only gonna talk about the 7 main ones because I don't even know all 32. But the final one is the crown, which it's on your crown, like it's at the top of your head. And that's like your connection spiritually, like how connected you feel with God. And it don't matter who you believe God is. If you're connected to that motherfucker, and he giving you a lot of downloads and a lot of, like, when people be like, oh, I spoke to God today, he told me this. That's all that is them getting downloads. All that is them, the spiritual connection that they have. It's working, like, you ever just have random thoughts pop in your head and end up probably being like the best idea ever. That's from your crown. Like, that's from your crown chakra. It's just your connection to the God, to the universe, to everything, like, to everyone. Like, that's like, that's your thing. So all these chakras, like, the purpose of life is to get all of these chakras balanced. That's like the whole purpose. Like, you don't want to be overly nice and overly happy-go-lucky, but then also you're not taking care of yourself because you don't feel secure in your environment. You don't like your home. You don't have a good sex life, or you have too much of a good sex life. You're doing too much, you're fucking everybody. It's just like, it goes either way. Like, and when you like sit there and evaluate your life and what you do on a day-to-day basis, you can tell what chakras you might have and why people wear stuff like crystals and crystal bracelets and necklaces. They have crystals on them, or fucking hold physical crystals. Like, they help with your chakras. Like, that's the whole purpose of crystals. People see you with a crystal and think, oh, the nigga over there worshiping rocks, or like, people have told me that before. Like, nigga, you worshiping rocks? Like, no, I'm not. That's that flawed Christian mindset that you have to worship something. Why do we always have to worship something? They're a tool. Just how you use that Bible to get you more on your knowledge and your, that's the same thing you use a crystal for. You use it to protect you. Like, you get a black obsidian, and that's for your root chakra, and it'll keep you grounded and secure and protect you from bad forces, malevolent forces. It's like stuff like that. Like, that's what the purpose of crystals are. So whenever you see your friend and he got a crystal bracelet, or got a crystal, or she got a crystal necklace, some people, is everything straight? Okay, so yeah, some people might go as far as talking to the crystals, which I don't see anything particularly wrong with it. Because, think about it. I know I'm not the only one. When I was a kid, I used to go outside and pick up rocks and take them inside. Like, have pet rocks. That's literally a thing, pet rock. Where do you think they got it from? Crystals. What do you think a rock is? It's a crystal. What do you think a crystal is? It's a rock. It comes from the earth. Same thing. So, yeah. More and more when we get to this video, you're going to realize a lot of things that we do and celebrate and all of that shit is very spiritual in nature, and we don't even know it. Yeah, so I feel like that's all I have to say about chakras. Like, do more research, like, figure out which chakras you think you have imbalanced, figure out how the chakras flow through your body. The best way to get your chakras balanced is, one, wearing certain colors that coincide with whatever you're trying to balance. So if you're trying to get your root in order, wear some red. Also, you can walk on your bare feet sometimes. It wouldn't hurt to walk on your bare feet outside. It don't. Walk on some grass. It's cool. Like, walking on grass is pretty cool. Like, it is, But your sacral in order, wear more orange. Get more your creative side. Get more your emotional side. Have more sex or less sex, depending on, don't masturbate as much. Like, it's just stuff like that. You want your solar plexus in order, eat better. Because, like I said, it's in your stomach. So if you eating a whole bunch of fucked up shit, it's gonna fuck up your stomach. It's gonna fuck up your solar plexus. Learn more about yourself. Get more confident. Get more, if you want to get your heart chakra in check, realize that there's no reason to hate. Like, hate and envy are two of the worst emotions and feelings to have. Like, expel that from your head and your mind, and your heart chakra is going to be pretty, like, they're going to be peaceful. Or if you give too much love and you too nice, like, maybe you need to cut it back a little bit so people will stop taking advantage of you. Then if you want your throat in order, sing. Like literally sing. Like singing is the best way to get your throat, especially like at high like octaves and frequencies. Like singing helps your throat chakra a lot. I mean, duh. In speaking, like doing what I'm doing right now, like learning how to just speak, and like what I'm doing, I'm literally sitting here speaking to myself. So you can do the same thing in the mirror, or prop a phone up and speak, like, and speak truth. Like, don't lie. Try your best to not lie and be deceitful, because lying and being deceitful, that's against the universal laws. It goes deep. Anyways, if you want to get your third eye in check, start doing more research, start learning more things, start getting more knowledge, start getting more of your own mindset. Start taking what people tell you with a grain of salt. Take what people tell you and really analyze it and think about it and be like, is this right or is this wrong? Is this for me or is it not for me? You know, when you start like critically thinking more, your third eye will start opening up, because you'll start realizing more and more stuff. You know, like, I don't know. Then your crown chakra. If you want your crown better, get more spiritual. Read your Bible more. If that's what you do, if you read the Bible, if you read the Quran, if you read the Torah, if you know anything, if you meditate, if you burn incense, if you carry rocks, if you know all of that will get you more spiritual and more connected to God and the universe. So yeah. And I think I'm gonna start doing this more, but I just want to showcase my art, because I've made an art piece kind of based on chakras. Okay, this piece is called Atom, ATOM, basically representing the first person on Earth, or the first atom on Earth, because that's all Adam is an atom. The first. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into all that right now. Anyways, but yeah, and if you can see, red, orange, yellow, root chakra for red, orange is the sacral, yellow is the solar plexus, green is the heart, blue is the throat, purple is third eye, and indigo is what's it called? Crown. So yeah, like, but yeah, tell me what y'all think of my art. I think I'm gonna start showing y'all my art a lot more, because it kind of just sits here and collect dust. Like, yeah. So I'm just gonna touch on a few more little things, and then I'm in the video. I feel like I touched on chakras pretty good. The next two things I want to talk about is what I believe, like, because you might watch these videos and be like, all right, nigga, so what do you think? Like, what do you think God is, or, you know? So I'm gonna tell you what I think God is. God is me. God is you. God is him. God is her. God is it. God is they. God is everything. Like, literally everything. Like, even like, if you heard of Native Americans, well, I don't even have to say Native Americans, Egyptians, ancient Greek, ancient Romans, like all of them, it's a reason why they had a god for everything. Like you have a god of water, a god of air, a god of love, a god of hate, a god of metal, nigga. Like they have a god for everything because they understood the concept that because there is a one God that spread it out and created everything is God because we're all connected to that one source and come from that one source. You get what I mean? So when you say stuff like, "Oh, Venus, the goddess of love," like they're not telling you that, oh, it's literally a person or entity that's named Venus and she controls love. They're telling you that it's just a metaphor. Like that's like the biggest thing that happened with spirituality and religion over time is that they taught us to take everything literally. Like everything is not supposed to be taken as black and white and as literal. Like they taught you metaphors and similes in school for a reason. That's what I believe God is. Like it's everything. It's oneness. It's everything in the universe. Like all that we are is God experiencing itself. Think of God as a little kid with like the biggest imagination like ever. Like that's all it is. Like we're just an imagination in God's mind. All we are is God experiencing itself in every way, shape, or form, like any way possible. Like if you want to see how it is to be a tree, be a tree. If you want to see how it feels to be a rich man in Beverly Hills, you want to see how it feels to be a starving African kid, if you want to see how it feels to be a kid in a gazebo, nigga, if you want to see how it feels to be like a nigga in an iceberg, nigga, in a igloo and shit, that's all God is. Like every experience, every possible thing that can happen. And it gets deeper because we're just God experiencing how it feels to be in the third dimension. We haven't even gotten to 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D. Like we haven't gotten to the different dimensions, and that would have to be a part 3 because dimensions, that's really like, and that's like kind of the goal of a spirit. Like your spirit goal is to experience life in every dimension. So that's how I go back into how God experiences itself in every dimension. That's your goal as well because you are God and we are God. Like we're all one. We come from the same source. We're just split up. I don't know. I hope y'all can get that concept because I feel like a lot of people are gonna like listen to it and be like, "What? Like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? That's some bullshit." But like the people who get me will get me. And that's the thing, like everybody is not supposed to get me. When you get more and more deep into spirituality, you'll realize like a lot of stuff that, as far as like even the way people act, it's a reason people act that way. And that's a perfect segue to my next segment, zodiacs. Cause let's talk about it. We look down and talk about how zodiacs, oh, it's just some bullshit, nigga. You didn't wake up out the bed today because you a fucking Aquarius, nigga. You didn't brush your teeth at a diagonal angle because you were a fucking Scorpio, nigga. That's bullshit. No, it's not bullshit. Now let me explain. So when you think of the zodiacs, don't just think of like, oh, my birthday is July 28th, so I'm a Leo. It's deeper than that. Because me, like I said, my birthday is July 28th and I'm a Leo. But most people, unless you really just have a long conversation or just know me for a while, you wouldn't even know I'm a Leo because I don't necessarily give off the cliche characteristics of a Leo. Like, I do have the arrogantness and the wanting to be in control and the king mentality. I have all of those things. Like, I want to be in control and a go-getter and a leader. Like, I do. Like, I feel wholeheartedly like that's what I want to do. And that's what I strive to do. But also, my moon sign and my rising sign, which the moon is basically how you have multiple zodiacs is what I'm trying to say. Like, you're not just a Leo. I'm a Leo sun because that was the constellation of when I was born. The moon was in a certain specific spot when I was born, so I'm a Pisces moon. And also I'm a Pisces rising. Moon dictates your emotions and your feelings. Rising dictates how you come off and how you seem, which rising is kind of like iffy because your rising pretty much changes depending on the setting. Like, you might go more into a Taurus mindset instead of a Libra mindset, stuff like that. Anyways, yeah. So, like, I urge you to look it up. Like, go on my astrology chart. If you know your date of birth, where you were born, and what time you were born, specific time, like down to the minute, because all of that matters. Once you know all of that and you put it into the computer and it tells you that your sun is a Pisces, but your rising is a Aquarius and your moon is a Scorpio, like, then it will start to make a lot more sense. Because I was the type of person that didn't really believe in the zodiac shit. But then when somebody put me on to the fact that, oh, nigga, you don't have just one zodiac sign. You have, like, all of the different planets in what position they were when you were born that dictates your zodiac sign and how you are. And we could get deeper into zodiacs and stuff like body design because that's another layer, but we're not going to get to that. What we're going to talk about is how the number 12 and how everything in life pretty much, like, it's so crazy, y'all. Like, literally everything in our life revolves around the zodiac signs. That's the crazy part. Like, we look at zodiac signs like they're crazy, like they're stupid, like they're mumbo jumbo. Like, so think about it. There's 12 zodiac signs. There's 12 months. There's 24 hours in a day, but they're split up into 12-hour intervals. Once it hits 12, it goes back to 1. Then you have 12 inches in a foot. 12 equals a dozen. Then you have stuff like the 12 apostles of Jesus. Literally, bro, I'm gonna put the Last Supper up. But, like, really look at the Last Supper and even look it up, because this is not anything new. Like, people have been said this. But literally, which I love Leonardo da Vinci so much. He is such, like, he's one of the smartest people, like, ever in life. The Last Supper, that painting, literally represents the sun in the 12 zodiac signs, like, down in order as well. Like, just because I know a lot of people aren't gonna do their own research, this is just an example, and I feel like y'all should go look up more information on this, because they even explain and break down, like, why exactly and how they represent the zodiac signs just based off their body language and what they're doing. But yeah, y'all should look into it. Aries is at the head of the table. Aries is the first zodiac sign, down to Pisces. Pisces is the last zodiac sign. Aries, they are very bullheaded and stubborn, and some people might see it as childish or not, but it's only because they're the first zodiac sign. Like, they're a baby, they're new, like they haven't experienced all of the things that the other zodiacs have. So they, but then the Pisces is the last zodiac. And all of the zodiacs are just like, each time they just take something from the last zodiac and add on to it or mold it. And that's all a Pisces is. It's pretty much like a combination of all of the zodiacs. Like, that's why if you ever met a Pisces person, they seem so calm and all together and like they know everything, and they're pretty much like, because they pretty much do, like they're our grandfather, like they have all the knowledge whether they know it or not. That's why I have strong emotional knowledge and I'm very creative, because I'm a Pisces moon, and moon dictates your creativity and your emotion and all of that. So, alright, y'all, here my mic died and I didn't realize it. So I lost like 6 minutes worth of content. Alright, so I lost like 6 minutes worth of content because my mic died and I didn't realize it. So I'm just gonna say what I think I was talking about, or just pretty much just cap it off. Basically, zodiac signs and just the number 12, they control a lot of what goes on through our day-to-day lives, and like even each hour throughout the day is ruled by a different zodiac sign, because the sun and the moon and all the other planets are positioned in different spots throughout the day. So it makes sense. Like, I don't know. Y'all just have to do a lot of research into zodiac signs, into chakras, and into other principles as far as like other dimensions and universal laws. Just look into all these things. These will help you learn more about the world around you. Y'all, my fucking mic died and I didn't even realize it. So I just got my other one. I don't know exactly where it died. So I think I felt it die. Like, it vibrated a little bit. So I don't think I missed anything. But basically, y'all, thank y'all for the ones that are here. I appreciate everything. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Please tell a friend. Like, if you like this video, please tell a friend. Like, please tell somebody. Please. If you made it in the video, say duck. And yeah, thank y'all. Peace out.